So today is Friday, January 10th, 2025, my birthday. So I'm having some fun with a Partake IPA, non-alcoholic beer. Yeah, so my mom congratulated me with Russian Christmas, as she never says anything about Canadian or American holidays, only about Russian ones. And this was January 7th, and somehow it seemed a nice date to, put drinking on pause. And so I told her, I said, that's it, I'm switching once again to non-alcoholic stuff. And I'm happy to report that today is 10th, and so 7, 8, 9, 10, so 4 days this mighty body have not seen alcohol except besides what's in this, and this is 0.05, which that's why they call it non-alcoholic, because that much alcohol is naturally present in nature, in some foods and in juices and stuff like that. So 0.05, I think it says, no, 0.5%. So anyway, the day started as normal. On the night before, my dispatch asked me to preload a pickup truck with some scaffolding, and then I said, that's it. And he says, no, we need to preload your Freightliner with a scissor lift and super lift. And super lift, it's like a mix between a forklift and a giraffe, and it's all manual. You can lift something, let's say, I don't know, 400, 500, 600 pounds just by using a system of cables. And actually they're pretty popular. And so that's it, I preloaded. So this morning my first question to the dispatch was, am I in the pickup truck or in the Freightliner? Because the Freightliner load was going to Cochrane, which is 50 clicks away from Calgary, which would make for a very nice, relaxing, road trip first thing in the morning. And he says, no, we have to deliver the scaffolding first. Shoot. Okay, so I grabbed the keys. At least I don't have to hustle with the scaffolding because it's preloaded by yours truly. And I drive to central Calgary to a church. And they gave me specific instructions. They said, park all the scaffolding between the ramp and the stairs. And I've been there before, so there's a ramp that goes to kind of like semi-underground parking, and there's stairs that people climb to actually get into the church. And so between these two there's a sidewalk. And so I unloaded the scaffolding. Thankfully it was like the frames were big. I think it was like 6 frames, 5 by 5, but the decks were only 5 feet long, so they were pretty light. But a bunch of other stuff like what they call safety posts, safety rails, plate leveling legs, a bunch of stuff. But it was easy. There was nobody there. It was still dark, so I unloaded, and I start driving back, and my phone beeps, and I see there's a notification. It says WhatsApp video call. Holy moly! So, and I see name. It says Yekaterina Dracheva, which is my mother. So you don't want to miss that call on your birthday, right? So I pull to the side, I click answer, and my mom is, pretty much like crying into the microphone, as she's always very, she always finds something to worry about. And I said, Mom, I'm like, no alcohol, I'm good, so, just say a prayer for me there. And she said, oh yeah, I went to the church Sunday and I said a prayer for you, for your health, and I lit up a candle. So there you go. That's why I don't want to drink, the power of the prayer. And so of course she's 88, and I said, how's your health? And she said, well, Sergey, I probably don't have much left. And I'm like, Mom, come on, like on my birthday, stop talking like this, So she, but how older people, they see their friends and partners, you know, die, right? So the thought of death becomes kind of like commonplace, and they're not afraid of it anymore. But I guess it's real scary. Like, to me, death, it's like, you know, when you click off your TV, you know, it gets dark, but like the image stays for 1 second and then it disappears. I think that's what people experience when they die, except of course it's probably together with some severe pain. But anyway, I don't know. It's my mom brought it up. You know, I'm sorry. Like, she's congratulating me and she's crying. Oh, you know, I so want you to, you know, quit alcohol altogether. I said, okay, Mom, done. I said, today's 10th. I said, I haven't had anything besides non-alcoholic beer since your message on January 7th, Russian Christmas. And so now I'm thinking that's a great date. You know, if somebody like years ahead asks me, when did you give up alcohol? I say, hey, Russian Christmas 2025, right before my birthday. Cool, you know, like easy to remember. Because, you know, that's, I think, awful when somebody's have not been drinking for like 10, 20, 25 years, and then when somebody asks him, you know, when did you stop? And the guy cannot remember. So, like, the date is imprinted in my brain. So anyway, after that I came back and I grabbed that Freightliner and I drove to Cochrane. And where did I drop that? Oh yeah, it's like a big shopping area. And I cannot get to it except through no truck zone. And I see there's delivery trucks all over the place. Nobody pays attention to those no truck, you know, signs. But there's no way for me to get there because it's a shopping area. And I pull into the parking lot and there's all kinds of stores, you know, like Safeway, which is a big supermarket, you know, here, a chain of grocery supermarkets. And there's a bunch of coffee shops, you know, like a huge shopping plaza, basically, shopping center. And my GPS says, you've reached your destination. And I look around, I look at my paperwork, it doesn't say the name of the store. And before I left, I just texted the guy. I said, hey, I'm on my way, you know, like we have a pre-formatted text, which we send out to customers, you know, we are on our way with your rented equipment. And I just added ETA. And I look at my GPS, what it said for ETA, I put in ETA, but I did not talk to the guy. And so now it's that whole plaza is that address, and so I have no idea where they want me to unload this. And so I call the guy, and he says, "Oh, it's Safeway." So I said, "Okay, where do you want me to drop it? In the front somewhere, because it's 2 machines." And he says, "Can you go into the back and put it on the dock?" I said, "Yeah, sure. It's a 5-ton, you know, like a big tow truck. I can definitely do that." And so that's what we agreed on. So I drove around, found the dock. There was a guy there. I waited like 5 minutes, then he left, like also in a delivery truck. I backed in, went opened the shipping door, and there's people there. I said, "Hey, I'm delivering for these contractors, like, and it looks like they were working on AC. Yeah, they were working on AC or refrigeration, based on their name." And they said, "Yeah, sure." So they opened the door. I drove off. I pulled off that super lift because it doesn't have its own engine. You have to push it. And then I drove off the small scissor lift, a 19 footer. It can go up to 19 feet. And then I got into the truck and I'm thinking, you know, nobody knows anything at my work. Nobody said anything, you know, about any birthdays, but I thought, maybe I should buy some snacks for the guys at work, you know, like we have guys who are always hungry in the shop, like young guys, and there's Safeway there, right? So I go in, and it's much cheaper to buy that stuff at the big grocery store than at the coffee shop, you know. So I could have bought like donuts or muffins, let's say at Tim Hortons or something, but it's always cheaper here. And I thought maybe I should buy like a cake, you know, like a birthday cake. But I know A lot of guys, they don't like when it's too sweet, because I bought them this baklava, you know, like Lebanese sweets with pastry and some honey and some nuts, and it was sitting there on the lunch table for 2 days. Like I pretty much ended up eating all of it, and it's not healthy, you know. But what's super popular at our place is cookies. And usually at the end of the week, somebody brings cookies, you know, either homemade or purchased. And so I go into the cookie aisle and I see there's a bunch of oatmeal cookies. And so I bought two types of oatmeal triple chocolate and oatmeal, what was it, the other one? Just like a regular oatmeal raisin. Yeah, oatmeal raisin, and then oatmeal triple chocolate, and then there are Oreos. Like a, you know, big boxes. And also they had some 7-Eleven pop and real Coca-Cola. I know many people for some reason don't like diet Coca-Cola, which I usually drink. And so I bought 2 jugs, you know, 4 liters, 1 gallon, and they were only like $2.50 on sale, you know. So I bought 2 jugs and 3 packs of cookies. And when I came back, I put it on the lunch table, opened it up, put some cups next to them, and then I told a couple of guys, I said, hey guys, there's cookies in the lunchroom, okay, enjoy. One guy says, what's the occasion? I said, well, it's my birthday. Oh, okay. But he never said anything like happy birthday, nothing. And then I told my dispatcher, I said, hey, there's cookies in the lunchroom, it's my birthday, so there's 3 types. I know he likes oatmeal cookies. And he, oh, happy birthday. So that was my second congratulations after my mom called me. And then I had a second to check my email, and that's where I saw some surprising emails from companies I didn't even expect. Where is it? First off, there was Station Casinos. Station Casinos. If I'm remembering correctly, it's the chain of casinos in Niagara Falls, Ontario, where I was probably in. They have a hotel, and yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Niagara Falls. So, but that was like 3 years ago. How do they know my email address, and how do they know my when my birthday is? You know. But there's like special offer, you know, there's a coupon, click here. So this basically stay and play at Station Casinos with this special birthday offer. This is like, they did not do it last year or the year before, but somehow this year they found my information. And then this solely outdoors. I have their baseball hat. It's like green. Not like this, but like real green. That's where I bought some ammo, and I think I bought a couple of guns in there. Happy birthday from Solely Outdoors. Enjoy a free earplugs. Enjoy a free set of earplugs on us. Expires in 1 month. For your rewards, balance, and details, visit, and there's a website. So a gun shop congratulated me. And then another one was Lyft, and they did not just a regular, sorry, it's too bright, not just regular email, but there's a animated message, and the button here says click watch. And so I clicked on that one, and they are singing and dancing, you know, like these animated figures. It was pretty cool. We are wishing you all the best. 365 days around the sun. Wishing you good health for another year. Sending you good vibes and great times. Have an amazing birthday. Everyone at Lyft wants you to have the happiest of birthdays. Yes, we mean everyone. We checked. Like, they're really funny, you know. Uber didn't say anything, you know. What's funny is that Uber, hold on, was there Uber here? Petrol Points, Lyft, Netflix, Lyft, Station casinos. Yeah, Uber now. Oh, Uber said it in the yeah, when I opened the app, I saw that the inbox had you know, red mark saying that there's a new message, and when I opened it, it showed me this. Man, it's so bright. It's basically showed me like a picture of that cake and then some. Wow, yeah, I don't think you guys can see it, but basically there's some drawings over there that show like stars and pencils under that one, and it says, Sergey, whether you're celebrating today or all month long, we think your birthday is worth toasting. Thank you for everything you do. And so yeah, Lyft was much more interesting, surprisingly. But what's funny is that if you remember, I had to renew my TNDL, my license for Uber and Lyft. And Uber was much more complicated because I had to do a background check and I had to go in person to the vehicle licensing department, right? But once you give them the background check, you know, like printed from your computer, they check it quickly and they email you your license, your Uber license for Dodge Durango and Jeep right away. So basically when I'm sitting there, the guy says, check your email. You see the licenses? I check while I'm still sitting there. I say, yeah, looks good. He says, okay, have a good day. And then 3 days after that, in December 17th, I received a message from vehicle licensing department saying that they received an application from Lyft for my license. December 17th. And they're saying basically, don't bother us unless 3 weeks have passed and you have not received your license. So today's 10th. So 17 is what, 13 days plus 10, 23. So it's 3 weeks. And of course, both of these licenses, sorry, they expire on my birthday, which is today. But Uber, I got it, right? But Lyft, I checked, I still have not received it. And so usually, you know, when I start after work, because this week was super slow, I went out like Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe made like $12, you know, like 2 passengers. I don't know, something is going on. And a friend of mine at work, he does Uber Eats after work as well, like on DoorDash, and he says, yeah, something is going on, like there's no decent offers for food. And I'm saying, yeah, and there's nothing happening with Uber and Lyft either. And so I came out today because we finished work at like 3:30 we were done, and my dispatch says, yeah, that's it. And so I cleaned up the car a little bit and went to Starbucks, because Starbucks on your birthday sends you a gift, you know. And last year I missed it, because the trick is you can only use it specifically on your birthday. Like you can get any drink for free or any, you know, piece of food, but you cannot get both. And so even though I already had coffee in the morning, and I don't want to drink too much coffee because it really, you know, looks my skin look wrinkly, you know. And but so still, you know, like, what do you do? It's 3:30. Okay, I cleaned up my car. It's like 3:45. So I went to Starbucks, got my free Americano venti, the biggest size, and I got some marble cheese, like a couple of those sticks, just like a snack. And I started Uber, and then I went to start Lyft, and all of a sudden Lyft says, see, like at the bottom it says view issues. Basically when I click on that, it says fix, it says vehicle not approved. Your vehicle is not approved to drive. Which of course means that my license expired today for Lyft. But to be honest, recently, you know, quite often I would not even bother with Lyft. Like basically, yeah, when I'm starting in a low demand area, I usually was I would turn on both Lyft and Uber, but Lyft is just lagging. They don't have enough customers, you know. It's just it's better. Sorry, my screen went black. So it's way, you can, that's why a lot of guys just don't even bother with Lyft, you know. Just they just get Uber. That's where the money is. It pays better and it's much more consistent. And so yeah, I couldn't start Lyft, and so I sent an email to licensing department, you know, what's going on. It's been 3 weeks. Any news? Didn't hear from them yet. And so I was sitting at Starbucks probably for like 40 minutes. Finished my coffee and I look at it, and the area on the Uber app shows as low demand. So I said, okay, I'm going home. I wanted to get some, no, I'm not saying thumbs up. See, like it shows me a picture of thumbs up. No, I wanted to get some Ukrainian pierogies. Like my local Indian supermarket like has a very nice selection of original Ukrainian, you know, pierogies or dumplings, and then they have Chinese dumplings. And so I'm just sitting there with that coffee and I'm thinking, okay, I can get off my diet wagon and I go and grab these pierogies. And so I left Starbucks and I turn on the main road, and I have to go to the roundabout to do a U-turn to head back to my home, northeast. And the freaking Uber app beeps, and it says customer 150 meters away. And so I left the shopping plaza with Starbucks at one exit, and then I just drive over to the next entrance, and the guy was right there, and he was going downtown. And so I took him downtown. There was somebody from downtown right away going west, then from like 10 kilometers, then from west, he was back to downtown. And then the most interesting last passenger was a young lady who was on her way to a birthday party. And I said, birthday party, you know, which is interesting coincidence because it's my birthday too. And she says, oh, and you're working on your birthday? I said, well, I have nothing better to do. You know, this week was very slow. I wanted to make a couple of bucks. And so we were chatting. She's, you know, very nice young lady. And we got lost there a little bit because the restaurant they booked is on 8th Avenue, which is Stephen Avenue, which is a pedestrian zone. And so the app tried to send us into one street where it says no entry, and we had to make a little detour, like a circle, go back, and I just drop her off at where the pedestrian zone begins. I said, well, the restaurant should be somewhere there, but I cannot go in. There's no vehicles allowed here. But we were talking, and she's like, she wanted to get to this restaurant before her friend who's celebrating the birthday, because otherwise she says we're gonna lose the table because her friend is always late. And that's it. After that, I dropped her off and I just started that feature. By the way, never worked so far. I started that feature, head to destination, where Uber can find you, you know, rides based on where you want to go. And I said, yeah, I want to go to Northeast and I want to be there within 1 hour, even though it's like driving time was like 15 minutes. But basically I could stop and do a couple of, you know, rides, and I'm driving and the app says looking for rides. So they are looking, but I've been using that feature on Uber now for a week and I never saw anything. You know, basically they're just navigating you towards your home and then you arrive and that's it. Ciao ciao, auf Wiedersehen, and I just clicked off and that's it. And then I just went to the supermarket, got those pierogies, and got some non-alcoholic beer, and that's how we're celebrating it. So tomorrow, I think, because this week was so slow, I'm gonna get up at like 4 o'clock, because Saturdays in winter we start at 7:45, instead of 6:45. And a couple of times I did this, and I found that early morning, like 4:30, you can make some good money, like surprisingly. 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6, so I can stay for a couple of hours, because tomorrow, after I finished work, my friend from Edmonton is in town. They're here on some other matter, but he says, hey, let's go Saturday. You want to go to a restaurant? We're gonna celebrate your birthday. And I said, yeah, as long as that restaurant has not something non-alcoholic. I said, I don't want to drink anymore. That's it. And so I think we're gonna go to I sent him info about that hot pot restaurant I visited last time. So it was super cool, Chinese hot pot where you cook your meat right on your table. And so yeah, tomorrow probably I'm not gonna be doing any Uber at night. That's why I want to come out in the morning and try to make a couple of bucks in the morning. But other than that, oh yeah, and then when I was leaving work, I guess the word spread between the guys, and one guy says to another, hey, you were eating his cookies and drinking Coke, at least wish him happy birthday. And the guy turns around and he says, birthday? It's your birthday, Sergey? I said, yeah. Oh, happy birthday. So everybody started shouting. So at the end of the day, everybody at my work knew that it was my birthday. Or even one of the bosses, hey, Sergey, come in. I come into his room and he says, so it's your birthday? Like, what are the plans? And I say, well, the plans are go home and also have some pierogies and some non-alcoholic beer and watch a movie. And the guy says, okay, happy birthday. So cool. But anyway, yeah, so I'm working tomorrow, so 7:45, probably to 4. And then we're going out to celebrate to a hot pot restaurant, and that's it. So that's how I spent January 10th, the day of my 63rd birthday. And yeah, so it's time to, and this was kind of like my New Year resolution, to focus on my health, quit drinking, improve my diet. And in terms of diet, I showed you that book, the longevity diet, like Mediterranean diet. I tried it. It's too many carbs. So I'm going back to my protein power, but with some minor modifications, because too much protein is not good for you either, because based on lots of research, they say that accelerates aging if you eat too much protein. But basically, I'm going to limit carbs and eat enough protein, but not too much, and not eat any processed foods, like salami, sausage, stuff like that. And then Stallone, the actor Stallone, had a nice recommendation, like during the week he would cut his calories, but then 3 meals on the weekend, Saturday lunch, Saturday dinner, and Sunday morning he would eat anything, so that he can spend time with his family, like pancakes, pizza, whatever. And then Sunday lunch, he'd already switched back to his, protein shakes and limited calories. And so he said it's super important to allow yourself to fall off the wagon, so to speak, the diet wagon, on the weekend. And then, Sunday night or Sunday, rest of Sunday, you jump back and you're doing the proper thing, and that's the key to maintaining a good diet. So you have to give yourself an out a couple of times a week, and that's what Stallone was doing. So yeah, so that's my diet, and that's my focus for 2025: health, no boozing, and start exercising again, because it's been like a couple of months since I looked at my kettlebells. So yeah, 2025 will be great. Thanks for watching. Now, you want to know what's wrong with this country? I'll tell you what's wrong with this country. People don't eat enough pierogies. Ukrainian pierogies with potato. and some cheese on top, and non-alcoholic beer. More of this, I guarantee there'll be no wars, and people will be less angry and more happy.
So you work there or you go for dinner?
I'm just going for a birthday dinner.
Oh.
In 300 meters, turn left on 11
But
Avenue Southeast
the
using
birthday
the left
person is late, so that's why I'm trying to get there before her too. Otherwise, we're gonna lose the table.
Ah.
And it's funny because I'm usually the one who's always late.
Well, it's 6:35.
We're gonna turn, I think, the next left, so we're gonna get a left turn.
Yeah, or we can go straight. But maybe, yeah, maybe this one is better. Okay.
I guess we could go straight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see, like over here. Do you see
Yeah.
this? It shows me the alternate.
Yeah,
It's actually a bit
whichever
easy. Yeah, it's actually a bit easier because there's only one turn left after that. Whereas
Yeah.
here it's this way, this way.
Yeah, why don't you just go straight?
Yeah, I'll just
Hopefully
go
we-
straight to, what is that? 6th Avenue? I guess. Yeah, 8th Avenue. Let's go straight to 8th Avenue. It's a funny coincidence about birthday because today is my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thank you.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday, and you're working on your birthday.
Yeah, but you know,
turn left on
because
11
this
Avenue
week
Southeast.
was very slow. Usually I go out after work, you know, like on the night, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But this week was so slow. Like there's no passengers for some reason. I guess everybody's vacationing or something.
Yeah.
But today it's a bit better.
Better?
Yeah, yeah. Today it's a bit busier. I guess people are. Is it this one?
Or this one?
No, next one.